Hi guys, welcome back, and we're now going to do a quick lesson on improvising using the Dorian mode. Okay, now there's 3 stages to this. Okay, so when you're doing this at home, and ideally you've got some kind of looper, so I've got a looper set up here, so I can not only write my own backing tracks, I can quickly record them and then quickly play over them using the scale. Okay, so if you've got that set up, then that's absolutely perfect. That's exactly what you want to do. So the process here is going to be 3 stages. We're going to work out and harmonize the key of C Dorian this time. So we're going to change from A to C. Then we're going to pick a backing track. So we're going to choose a couple of chords together, put those together over a looper, and then the third process is to actually solo over them. So let's go through this. The C Dorian. Can we get the chords for C Dorian? So it's exactly the same as what we did for A. So we need to kind of say to ourselves, okay, well, C Dorian, well, Dorian is really just the second mode of the B flat major, because remember, a tone up is the 2 in a major scale, isn't it? So if we go a toe down from Dorian, we find the root of the key, in its basic element. So B flat. So really the C Dorian chords are the B flat major chords, but starting and ending on C minor. Okay? But we need to remember that it's the second chord, the 4th chord, and the 6th chord that are going to be the key differences between that and the C minor. Do you remember when we did that at the start of this? So here's our chords in C Dorian. We've got the C, we've then got a D minor, okay, because we're going up a tone to minor, okay. Remember, in the normal key, in the normal C minor key, this would be a diminished or a minor 7 flat 5, okay. So this is an important chord to be targeting. Then we've got a major, so E flat major. Then another big important chord for Dorian is the 4 chord, which would in a normal minor key be minor, but now it's major. Then we move up again. So we've got the minor, which is the same in both natural minor and Dorian. So I've got, in this case, a G minor. Then I've got another big change to chords. I've got, rather than where I would move up a semitone here in a normal natural minor key and play a major chord, I'm going to move up to the tone up, which is my 6th note, my raised 6, remember, and I'm going to do a diminished chord, or a minor 7 flat 5. Okay. Followed by the B flat major, and then back to the C minor. Okay. So my chords are C minor, D minor, then I've got E flat major, F major, G minor, A minor 7 flat 5, which will go to the B flat. You don't want to put those 2 together in Dorian because they sound like it resolves to B flat, but we do eventually come back to the C minor. So, stage 1 done. We've worked out the chords in C Dorian. That's something I want you guys to practice over and over again in every different key. So we're going to choose a progression now based on those chords, okay? And the progression we're going to do is C minor, so the root, up to the 4 chord. So this is the F major. Back to the root. Then I'm going to go over to the 2 chords. So I'm really targeting all of these Dorian chords, let's call them. Okay. From there I'm going to go to the A minor 7 flat 5, and then we start again. Okay. So I've got 1 bar of C minor, 1, 2, 3, 1 bar of F, back to C minor, then across to D minor, where we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and start again, okay? And it's as simple as that for putting together a Dorian progression, because I've found my Dorian key. That's the hard bit, so that's where you need to know what we've talked about and understand that. And then I've just picked out chords that I think sound good together and also target that Dorian sound, okay? So those 3 chords, the major, the D minor, and the A minor 7 flat 5, if you're unsure of the chord shape, it is below the video. These all really make the Dorian thing sound right at the forefront of this key. Okay, so rather than if I was to pick chords such as, go from there to then the major, the 3rd major, that's in the harmonic minor anyway, that's in the normal minor anyway, isn't it? Or I might have gone to the 5 chord, which is a minor chord. Again, that's already in the minor key. So, that wouldn't really sound very Dorian because I'm not hitting the chords that have that raised 6 in it, okay? But by hitting these particular chords, I am doing that. So that's your stage 2. And now just to complete stage 2, I'm just going to put this on loop, okay? So I'm going to come to my trusty looping station, and I'm just going to loop through these chords, okay? So it's going to sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And round we go. Okay, so now this brings us to section 3, where we're gonna improvise over the top. So first things first, let's put the pentatonics in the right place, shall we? So pentatonics in C minor. Can we find shape 1 and shape 4? That's a good start. Well, shape 1's gonna be here. Okay, and shape 4 is gonna be down here on the 3rd fret of the A string. I'm assuming you guys are able to do this. Or of course I can come right up the octave. So that's a good start, but you should be able to find all 5 pentatonic shapes. Now we're going to take our scale shapes we learned last time. So we're going to take this first pentatonic shape, but apply the Dorian scale shape to this. Okay, so it looks like this. Go back to the previous set of lessons if you're unsure. Of course, in shape 4. Okay, there's our scale shape. Now, you need to kind of go through those scales, and then you can start applying some of those licks that we've learned. You can do anything you want, but I want you guys to improvise over this as much as possible. I'm going to do a quick 2 minutes of improvising so you can kind of see what you want to be getting out of it. I'm going to really try and target that Dorian note all the way through, okay? So something along these lines. So pentatonic I'm going to kick off in, because I love the pentatonic. Now I'm going to really hit some of those Dorian notes. Let's do a Santana lick, shall we? Do you remember the other Santana lick? Or something along those lines. More Dorian stuff. I'm going to come right up to the top and play this shape 4 of Dorian. Really targeting that major 6th. Get some overdrive on. And so on and so forth. So I'm only using, let me just stop that loop for a second there. I'm only using shape 1 and shape 4 for the moment because we've worked with those. But you know, you can then start going through shape 5 pentatonic and adding the correct, you know, notes to that as well. Shape 4, shape 3, shape 2, all the other shapes, and just really just start, you know, playing the pentatonic, then adding the Dorian scale, and just see how it sounds. And suddenly you've got a much better understanding of Dorian because you've done the whole thing. You haven't just gone on YouTube and typed in, you know, backing track for C Dorian or A Dorian and used your scale. You've built from scratch something in Dorian. And because you've done that, you've got a far, far better understanding of the Dorian mode. So have a bit of fun with that. If you don't have a looper to hand and you really can't do this, then we've got the backing track of what I've just played in this video lesson as well for you to kind of use. So have some fun, and next time we'll do our final Santana solo.